right, we're on Taharot, Perichet Mishnah Aleph. First Mishnah, the 8th chapter. We're continuing to talk about what happens when a person has a chaver. A chaver, remember, is someone who is meticulous about maintaining his items, his properties, house al Taharat HaKodesh for Truma, the level of Truma, and he's interacting with an Amma Aretz. So, you say you can't pick your neighbors? You can't choose your neighbors for Tuma and Tahara either. Hadar im Amma Aretz bechatzer. A person who lives with the Amma Aretz in a chatzer. Now remember, the chatzer, in their time, the yard was the courtyard, the adjoining courtyard that everybody sort of shared the space with. They cooked out there, they kept their stuff out there. Okay, so you live with the Amaretz in the Chatzer. V'shachach kelim b'chatzer. And you forgot your vessels, your items in the Chatzer. So the Amaretz is going to touch your stuff. He's going to move it. He needs his space. His animals are there, etc., etc. So therefore, afilu chaviot mukafot samid patil. Even if there are barrels, chavit, barrels that are mukafot samid patil. Samid patil is a tight seal. They're surrounded. They're sealed tightly. And remember, these are klei cheres. These are earthenware items that cannot become tameh from the outside, only from the inside, by a person touching them. So if they're chaviyot mukafot samid patil, they are the barrels that are earthenware that are sealed. O tanur mukaf samid patil, or an oven that's sealed. I guess they would seal it up. The oven normally has an opening to put the heat in for the food, and on the top to put the stuff in. But let's say it's like a brand new oven, I guess. And what they would do is they would take this oven and they would sort of plant it in the ground, and then as we've learned in previous Mishnayot, then they would put teat around it. They would put mud around it in order to insulate it, so it was permanent. So you can see an example of, I don't even know where I found this. Okay, Rafael Franco wrote Mitkanei Afia B'Ri'iyah Sifruta Talmudit, baking items. So this is the tanur. I don't know if it's much bigger, but you have the item for the fuel, all right, and then they would have an opening on the top, and you can see it's attached to the ground. It's really attached to the ground. You can go through this and see all these crazy, incredible pictures of the different kinds of tanurim, different kinds of ovens that they had. Anyway, so the tanur is mukaf tamid patil. You sealed it. Nonetheless, as the Mishnah, rei elu tmein, they are tameh. Now, what are we afraid of? Why are we afraid? Mishum ishto nida, because his wife is in nida. Shema hisita. Let's say she moved the barrel, v'yashva, and she sat down, v'tima etakol, and she been me everything. I'm not sure why he says sat down, that she sat on it. It doesn't have to be tumat midras. It could be what's called tumat hesed, tumat moving it. If the woman is a nida, she is a tumat. She has a higher level of tumah. If she moves things, she can make them tameh, even if she, not just from touching, but from moving it. So the wife is moving things around, and therefore the chaviot are tameh. But what about the tanur? So why is that tanur tameh? Okay, because, well, let's see in a second. Rabbi Yehuda mitaher b'tanur. Rabbi Yehuda is mitaher the tanur. He says, okay, bisman shu mukaf tzamid patil. If it's sealed, how can it become tameh? You can't move it. She can't do anything. Rabbi Yossi says, af tanur tameh. No, it's still tameh. Until you make a border, a boundary that's 10 tvachim high, that'll keep them away. So now, again, when we ever learn a Mishnah like that, so we understand Rabbi Yehuda mitaher b'tanur, because it's sealed. You can't move the tanur. Okay, so what are you afraid of? What Rabbi Yehuda seems to make more sense. Why does the Tanna Kama say it's tameh? So Rabbi Yehuda is mitayar b'tanur mishum di efshar le'asiter. You can't move it. Stamo mechubar side. It's connected. Shosilo tfeila. You make that tfeila, that insulation, the chabro ba'aris. You connect it. Oh, you mind the mitameh. The one who says tameh, savar. He says gazrinan mechubar atu she'eno mechubar. If we're not mitameh, the thing that's mechubar, we're not connected to the ground. Then we're going to say, then people are going to say the chaviyot are also not tameh, so it's a gzeira, and that's why the Tanna Kama holds that everything is tameh. Rabbi Yossi says, I agree with the Tanna Kama, but if you make a mechitza that's 10 tefachim high, then they're not going to touch it and not have to worry, and the gzeira is not relevant. All right, we'll stop here. Dedicate our learning to remember you, my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Comments, questions, or you want to have cool ideas about ovens? Let me know. Make it a great day.